What's going on, Panthers Nation? It's Aaron Duncan here, back again with another Panthers video brought to you by Necessary Bluntness Sports Talking. On this channel, we do recap and analysis of the NFL. In particular, show a little extra love to the Panthers. And today, y'all love to see it. We're going into the film room, and today it's not really a super organized video like I always do, where I pick a particular player and just do whatever. There's been a lot of question marks about the defense, so I just want to show you guys what Miami did to be effective, I guess you want to call it, and what's been going on this past few weeks that makes people question, is our defense legit? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent? Whatever. But before we get into that, one more time, I got to introduce myself. My name is Aaron Duncan. I do Panthers content. So make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell icon below for all notifications. That way, when I drop videos like this for film breakdown or news and analysis, you guys are there as soon as it happens, because there's all kind of stuff that happens with this Carolina Panthers team on a week-to-week basis and a day-to-day basis. So I'm on top of it. And if you want to stay on top of that, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell icon. Also, get a video a thumbs up, please, if you have not, because it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to go through this film, break it down. It costs money for this NFL Game Pass stuff. I don't ask you for any kind of money. I just ask for a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it really helps me on the algorithm, because it lets YouTube know that you like the video, quote unquote, and that other Panthers fans like you and like me should see the video that I'm dropping. So please get a video a thumbs up. But hey, real quick, down below in the comments, let me know how you're feeling about this defense overall. Before I show you the film about what's been going on this past game, let me know how you're feeling about the defense. Do you think they're overrated? Do you think they're like not as good as we thought they were? They're good, not great? Do you think they're still great? They just had a couple of bad games against some opponents like that. Let me know down below in the comments. But what Miami did, it just didn't seem like everything was right. We know the offense was completely terrible, and that played a big factor into this defense kind of, I guess, slacking off at a certain point, because initially it seemed like the defense was doing pretty well. They forced a punt on the first 3 drives, and the only reason they gave up a touchdown on the 4th drive is because the Panthers, the offense, threw an interception backed up against the end zone to Xavier Howard by Cam Newton, and it put the defense in a bad position after they just came off the field. Now, Miami was doing certain things, and penalties were extending drives to keep them on the field, but the defense held strong pretty early, and they did their thing for the most part, even against the run game. I know they gave up 111 yards. A lot of people have been criticizing them about that, but that 111 yards came on 39 carries. That's only 2.8 yards per carry. That's pretty damn good. If you tell me, yeah, obviously 100 yards is the benchmark that everybody thinks about in the NFL, but it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If it takes you that many plays to get that many yards, it doesn't mean that your running game is effective just because you got 100 yards. If you had to get it the hard way, you got it the hard way. So the defense did okay there. It's just a play or two here or there really caught them off balance. Miami had a great game plan. They knew their offensive line could not hold up. So what did they do? They ran RPOs, play action, and misdirection. They know this Panthers defense is super fast, super aggressive, and they fly to the ball and they react to things with all the speed they have on the edges, the speed in the secondary. They knew that. So what did they do? They ran motions. They ran jet sweeps. They ran play action and RPOs. I looked at the numbers and charted all the plays. They ran 72 total plays, and on those 72 plays, they ran motion 60 times. 60. That's a lot. That's over 83% of the time they ran motion. And that's to keep this Panthers defense moving side to side, making adjustments, making them think, and making them have hard decisions. After they did those motions, a lot of those RPOs came. They threw the ball 31 times, and they ran RPO 22 of those 31 plays. That's crazy. That's over 71% of the time their passing plays were all run pass options. That way they can put themselves in the best decision. And that's going to keep a defense off balance, because the offense is going to be using the defense aggressiveness against them. Because if they go to the running play, Tua was going to pull it and throw the ball. If they came out there and not let Tua run, he was going to give it to the running back. So it really kept the defense off balance and really kept them guessing. And I have a couple plays I'm going to show you where the defense kind of was just thinking, and that split second them thinking allowed them to make a play offensively when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. But I'm also going to show you some good plays, because the defense hung pretty tough. But after a while, all that guessing and thinking and being on the field for that many plays and having to deal against the RPO and motions and misdirections that many times, it can deal with your brain, and eventually you're going to get tired. But another problem also that has to do with that aggressiveness is the Panthers, when they play zone, they tend to look in the backfield. The secondary looks in the backfield too much. That's why Dante Jackson gets burnt sometimes. That's why you see our safeties getting out of position sometimes. They're looking in the backfield too much and getting with their hand caught in the cookie jar, is what I like to say, because as soon as they put their hand in there, it's getting slapped, and the offense is making them pay for it. Not to mention, when they try to run man coverage, the Dolphins were getting rid of the ball so quick that it didn't really matter. So they just had a good game plan when it comes to Miami, and we're going to go ahead and look at it. Let's go ahead and get into the film room. So let's start with the good. And I talked about before the video how they use a lot of motion and misdirection to try to run the ball, and most of their run game and pass game was based off of RPOs, and we did a great job stopping the run. This play right here, they're going to come out, and that motion is going to happen. You're going to see he's going to send that misdirection to try to get the defense moving. You see we're in man coverage. That's C.J. Henderson follow him across the formation. They're going to do that to try to get the momentum going that way, and they're going to run the ball this backside. This guy's going to come and try to kick out Hassan Reddick, but Daquan Jones inside is going to make a great play on this and get a tackle for a loss, sheds that block and gets through there. So like I said, they did a good job stopping the run even with all this misdirection to try to fool the defense. But watch, this is Daquan Jones right here. Hassan Reddick, what's going to happen? They're going to try to run the ball here. This guy's going to try to kick out Hassan and create a lane, but Daquan Jones is not having that. You see Daquan, he tries to reach down for Daquan, but Daquan Jones uses that swim move. Look, he's going to swim him. Boom, he's already beat before the guy even has the ball. He's sitting there waiting. Sits there waiting to hold, makes the play. Run that back one more time. But as you can see, this guy's going to come across and kick out Hassan. And he's going to block down Daquan Jones, and that little gap that it creates with this guy kicking him out and him going down. They're going to try to run back there, but Daquan Jones gets rid of the block. Beats it. See, he's there. This guy's coming Hassan, and he gets pretty good position on Hassan. Had Daquan been blocked, it would have been a nice little hole right here, but he beat the block, made the play on the run game. Great job by Daquan Jones, one of the underrated signings for this Panther squad. This play is going to be second and medium. I'm going to show you how much of a bind the RPO puts the defense in. We're going to run an RPO right here, and they're going to read Brian Burns. Brian Burns is going to come and attack the mesh point. If he hits the running back, Tua's going to pull it and go off for the RPO. If he comes too hard for the pause. If he goes too hard for if he goes too hard, he's going to give the ball inside if Brian Burns comes too far upfield. So what's going to happen is he's going to pull that ball and dump it off on the RPO. This guy's coming from backside to dump off in the flats. He's from the other side of the field. We're running this. They're running left, and all the attention is going that way. Tua has that ball out, reading Brian Burns. Brian Burns is going to attack the running back, hit the running back, but Tua pulls the ball. Look how quick he gets rid of it. And this guy's coming from backside. That was Dante's man, but they run so much misdirection, you kind of forget what's going on. He's wide open, hurdles, first down. Let's check it from the other view, see how it looks. Watch, Dante's right here. That's his man in the backfield. All that action in the backfield is going to make this defense think because they're fast flowing. We're in man coverage. You see how Keatel was following. Dante's looking in the backfield. This guy's already taking off. Look, Dante's late. This guy, he's already 2 steps behind Dante, and he may have to go through some trash. Even though Brian Burns is going to put pressure on this mesh point, Tua's going to pull it. See that guy coming right away. Dante's too far away to do anything about it before the first down. He makes the play. Make the defense think. They're fast flowing. They're aggressive. They're trying to make the defense think and make them make plays in open field. And that's the type of stuff they did. It wasn't really pretty or fancy, but it was effective, getting a couple yards at a time, enough to move the chains and keep that defense on the field, and it got them tired. There's a reason why all they did was RPOs and motions and misdirection. It seemed like every time they tried to pass, they had to do it off of RPO. It's because anytime they tried to straight drop back, we were getting pressure on. This offensive line that they have is probably one of the few units in the league that's worse than the Panthers offensive line. And that's why they have to use all this hickory, dickory, trickery. Here's another straight drop right here. And they're going to get pressure off the edge. And when Tua tries to escape, there's going to be interior pressure that wins also from Phil Hoskins and gets the sack. So let's watch it. There goes that motion again, as I talked about that they did almost every play. Brian Burns beats him off the edge, but Hoskins is able to scoop him up and take him down to the ground. See it from the, let's go back one more time for the wide view. They run the motion. And look, there's not much there. That's enough, but Brian Burns is already about to win right here. Tua's at the top of his drop. Brian Burns has already beat him off the corner. So Tua has to step up. Brian Burns misses a little bit because he steps up, but Hoskins is going to be there to clean up. Wasn't really nobody open anyway, except this short pass maybe, but Tua was too much under pressure to be able to do anything about that. Good play. They could not block him straight up, so they had to keep doing the RPO and stuff like that. Watch this straight drop. Watch Brian Burns jump. Great jump. You know Brian Burns loves that speed. Swipe the hands away, step up, but Hoskins is there to clean up. Grown man play right there by Hoskins. One more time. Watch Hoskins right here. He's in front of Jermaine Carter. He works. He goes spin move by Hoskins. Finds Tua. Good play by Hoskins. I want to see this guy get some more playing time. Let's watch that spin move one more time. It goes there. Rusher left. Spins. Daquan Jones is going to go through here. He's going to create a void for Hoskins. Look, Daquan Jones going through there, picks this guy off. Tua tries to step up because Brian Burns is flushing him out the pocket. Hoskins gets one hand on him, slings him to the ground. They couldn't block him straight up, so they had to do RPO. That's why. So let's take it down to the red zone. When they ran RPO, it wasn't all sunshine and flowers for the Dolphins. It's not like the Panthers just couldn't do anything about it. They made some plays at times, and right now you're going to see this thing happen. It's going to be motion. Yet again, we're going to be in man coverage. Shaq is going to have this guy manned up. It's going to be another RPO. They're going to try to catch the defense slipping, but it didn't work this time. Shaq's going to go up. The tight end tried to delay, but Shaq's there, beats the pick route, makes a hell of a hit, hell of a play. This dude's having a great year. I've already talked about Shaq, but watch Shaq. He's going to follow him across that formation. He's going to try to delay. The tight end's going to delay like he's pass blocking, but Shaq's not falling for it. Shaq recognizes the play. He sees the RPO. He doesn't fall for the run. These guys are playing the run, so Shaq trusts the other teammates. He does his job. He stays with his man. He goes around the pick play that they tried to do and times it up, makes a great bone-crushing hit, and lays him out, man. Got a little Shaq. Let's look at this play because I talked about how the RPO and all the motions and stuff makes this defense thinking. This is a prime example of it. You know, they're going to do a lot of stuff in the backfield. Another motion call, obviously they do. Misdirection, return motion. The RPO by Tua is open right here. He probably should have gave it, honestly. Look at this lane right here. But Tua pulled it and saw the tight end had the leverage. That's what he was reading. So he got rid of it quick. Goes down the sideline for a first down. Jeremy Chin froze. We'll watch Jeremy Chin from the other view and see what happened. Jeremy Chin's right here on the edge. He's manned up against this tight end. He's going to be looking in the backfield too much. Looking in the backfield too much at all that motion that's going on, sees the RPO, hesitates because of the RPO. And I understand that because there's a big gap here. He wants to protect that gap, but that leaves him out leverage. This guy's wide open for a first down, man. That RPO really put this defense in a bind and made them think. Let's stay in the red zone. And like I said, they try to do the motions, the hickory-dickory stuff. Here comes the Wildcat with Myles Gaskins, but there's motion. Tua's going to motion to be under center back to a regular type of play, and look what happens. They go play action again, like I talked about. But this guy's going to come all the way across. Tua's going to boot out and try to find somebody either coming all the way across the end zone or this guy coming across too. We're in man coverage. There's a lot going on in the red zone. Tua tries to go to the backside, but Chin breaks it up. Hell of a play. Hell of a play. You'll see it from the other view how it happened. Because with this Wildcat, it kind of threw them off, but the numbers are different. Look at Chin trying to communicate and say, hey, who got who? Who's got who? And then he talks to Stephon Gilmore right here saying, hey, you got this man, you got this man. Stephon, he doesn't really know. I don't know if they figure it out or not, but Stephon thinks he has this guy. Chin thinks he may have this guy too, but I figure out that Chin sorts it out. He sees it, but look at his makeup speed. This guy thinks he's wide open. Tua sees him, but Chin has the makeup speed to get in there, break that play up. Great play by Jeremy Chin. But you see how all that motion and misdirection put them in the bind. It was just a great recovery by Jeremy Chin with that speed that he has to make a play on this ball. Let's watch it one more time from this back view. See, Stephon's gone. He sees this, and everybody else has a man. They're kind of booting because Tua's running full speed. Tua doesn't see anything, but he has to look backside. He sees this guy wide open, but Chin, look at that speed. The ball is gone, but Chin's still 2 yards beat. Look, hand in there, makes that play. Broken up, great play to save the touchdown. So all that running and motion and doing all that stuff and getting lined up was a big factor for the Carolina Panthers. And this is just it right here. They have trouble getting lined up, and this is the reason why this play gets blown. They're going to break the huddle, a quick snap. There's not going to be any motion right here by the Dolphins. They line up in the Wildcat with Gaskins. They actually keep it that way. Gaskins is going to boot left with the power and pretty much get an easy walk-in touchdown. From the other angle, you're going to see why, because they just didn't line up correctly. They're going to line up quick out of the huddle, and that's what they wanted to do. You see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 linemen over here. But look, you got 4 linemen, but you only got 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders. That's bad numbers because everybody has a man, including this guy. So you really got 5, and you got the running back who's going to go unblocked. Hello. But these guys can't get lined up because they came out in the Wildcat. You got 4 guys in the same area, 5, 6, 7 total on this side of the ball, but they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on this side of the formation, and one of them is Tua. So they just didn't get lined up. And watch what happens. It's easy. These guys are going to triple team Morgan Fox. Good Lord. and then he's going to chip up to Frankie Louvu. Shaq's going to get kicked out pretty easy. Shaq wants to contain the edge, so he can't give up the edge, so he has to stay in position, but there's nobody inside to come and chase Myles Gaskin, so he goes untouched, walk-in touchdown because they didn't get lined up correctly. Let's watch it one more time. They come out quick, break the huddle. They're spread. Look, Chandler's trying to talk, say, hey, do this, that, whatever. Chen's pointing around. Chen's trying to tell guys, they're all pointing at each other. He's saying, I got him. You got Tua. Like, why do you need to guard Tua? Nobody really figured out what was going on. By then, it was too late. Walk-in touchdown, Myles Gaskin. Got to be able to get lined up, guys. But as you can see, it wasn't really anything complicated that Miami did. Yes, they moved the ball, but there were some penalties against the Panthers that helped extend some drives. The running game was pretty much stymied by the Panthers, but it was just the misdirection and the dump-offs and stuff like that that really allowed them to move the chains as needed, keep the defense on the field and get them tired. And the Panthers' offense wasn't doing them any favors with all the 3 turnovers that they had, inability to stay on the field, the lack of third down conversions. It really hurt them as a whole, and it wasn't a good example of complementary football. I still have confidence in this defense. Worst case scenario, they're good. They're just not great. Best case scenario, they can get back to being dominant if this offense could do anything, but I think they're somewhere in between that area. So I'm not hanging my head on this defense. I'm pretty proud of what they accomplished thus far, and I'm looking forward to them keeping doing it in this final stretch of the season. But you guys let me know down below in the comments how you feel about the defense now that I showed you these plays. Do you think it was just good game plan in Miami? You got to shake their hand and take their hat off to them? Or do you think there's bigger causes for concern for this defense going forward and they may be overrated? Let me know down below in the comments. But without further ado, I'm Aaron Ducker signing off. I'll see you next time.